Hi everybody, this is Doreen from Privies and Prims, and this is a cross stitch and quilting and punch needle and wool applique channel. Mostly right now it is cross stitch and quilting. I just started quilting in July 2025 and it is now November 2025. So thank you for being here. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't already, and I'm going to get started. So I have a little bit of cross stitch to show you, a little bit of quilting, and then I'm going to show you my new apartment at the end. It's a pretty empty apartment right now. Some of you have asked, like on Instagram, why am I moving from the cabin when I put so much work into getting it ready? So I knew when I moved in here that it was temporary, and I moved in a year ago this week on November 4th. It was 1 year. So I have been here a year, and on November 5th, I got the keys to my apartment, which was 2 days ago. And I thought I'd be moving back to Tennessee. The reason is because this cabin is on my mom's property and she has moved to assisted living and her property is for sale, which includes the cabin. And I prefer to live in Tennessee. So I'm in North Carolina right now. So it's about 45 to 50 minutes away. But I am actually looking forward to being back over there. So just have the apartment set up so I can spend a night if I go over there and I'm tired and don't want to drive back over the mountain, especially with it getting dark so early. So that will be at the end. So let's get started. So I'm going to show you my current whip. This is for, I started this for my cross stitch retreat, which is December 4th through 6th. And it's in Waynesville, North Carolina. I do have a few spots open. If you're interested, send me an email at priviesandprims@yahoo.com. It's only $20 per person. That is non-refundable. We start Thursday at noon and we end Saturday at 6. And lodging is on your own and meals are on your own, but you get to stitch, and we're going to have a lot of fun, Christmas fun. If you're interested in that, go to the Privies and Prims Facebook page, click on events, and you'll see all the details there. So at that retreat, we all will be stitching something that's Christmas. So this is the pattern that I picked to do, and it is by Robin at Bird in Hand Primitives. So right now what I'm working on is getting all of the things outlined, and then I can just fill them in at the retreat. But I may end up finishing this before the retreat, and then I'll just pick another Christmas pattern. So this is what I have done so far. Not a whole lot. I started outlining the snow, as you can see right there. And then this is a door to a house, and these are trees. So here's the pattern again. Do you see the vines along the bottom are different than mine? And the reason for that is I had stitched this before, I think in the summer or something. And it was going to be part of another pattern. Then I decided I didn't want to make the pattern, and I gave it away. And I was going to unstitch this so that this part, so that I could still use this fabric, which is Picture This Plus Legacy 36 count. Well, when I saw this pattern, I decided that this would work with it. So I centered the snow on the vine, and then if you look again, you see the difference in the vine there, or garland, I guess it's garland. The top one I will do as the pattern shows, but the bottom one, I am just going to leave it like this, and I think it looks great. So that saved me a little bit of work there because it was already done. So that is my current whip. So I'm, for a long time I was monogamous stitcher, only working on one thing. And oh, by the way, in case you're new to cross stitch, whip is work in progress. So I was only working on one thing for a long time, and now I think I have 4 going, and one is almost finished, but then it's going to take some assembly. That's the Asbury's Echoes that I showed a couple videos ago, and that goes into a little box. So that's going to take some time to make things, assemble it and put it into a little box, which I'm not really in the mood for, so I just move on. Okay, and then this came out, I think it just came out last week, and I bought it, and it's by Sub Rosa Designs, And it's on Etsy. It's a PDF. And I think it was $12. I don't need any more patterns, you know. And I really don't like to just keep buying and buying when I'm not finishing the ones I'm doing. I prefer to do, my preference is to do one at a time, finish it, fully finish it, display it so I can see it, then move on to the next one. But lately, because everything's been so busy and I just kind of like pick up another one and start it. But so this is like my backup. If I finish the other one before the retreat, I will start on this one because that dress is going to be a lot of fill in. So I could get that started. And I love this right here. It's like a tree, a Christmas tree of spools, presents. So I really love that. So check out her Etsy shop if you like those kind of designs. She is somewhat primitive, not extreme. But she also had just come out with another Christmas one that I was like, oh, I like that one too, but I didn't buy it. So I want to get done what I already have. I don't know who else feels like that, and I put that in this bag that I made with Teresa Kogut fabric and with the little bling that I got gifted at the retreat. And then there is, oh, there's another one on my scissors. Let me see. These are the flosses. And this is the other one. I don't know if you can see it the way the glare is, but it's a snowman. Anyway, it's Christmassy. So I have a few Christmas bags. I just don't have enough whips to use all of them. So I'm trying to kind of pick and choose. I think this is the first time I've used this bag. So that I think is all of the cross stitch for today. And now I'm going to move on to a little bit of quilting. I did and I'm not sure if I showed it on the last floss tube or not, but this is the pattern that I used. I may have said I was going to make it. It was the first thing that I made with my little featherweight sewing machine, and I haven't used it since. I got it mostly for when I'm not sewing at home. And these are some of the ideas here that you can make. So this is in the Kathleen Tracy, and there's the spelling. There's no E in her last name. She has a Facebook group, and this is free in the files. So if you join that Facebook group, you can get this for free. So I'm going to insert a little video here that I did because I almost forgot to show it to you, and it's over at my apartment now. I forgot to show you my little thing here. I don't think I showed this on my last video. Maybe I did. I don't know. My friend thinks those look like ants on there, but they're flowers. And I don't know if I showed this or not. But let me get focus. There we go. Machine quilted. It's little. It's like a little mug rug coaster. I'm going to give it to my mom. I just wanted to try to make one. All right, see ya. Okay, and so here is a pattern I just printed the other day. I really like this one. There are a lot of free patterns on this website, so definitely check that out, allpeoplequilt.com. Lots of free patterns. You can put in ornament, quilt, table runner, anything, gifts. There's all different categories, and there's lots and lots of free patterns. So check those out. And then I have a quilt finish, and it's from this book, Little Quilts All Through the House, which I got on eBay. This is an older book, and a lot of people said on Facebook that they had this book, or it was like they made their first quilt from this book. Well, since I just started quilting in July, I had not made any of it, but as I was flipping through, I saw this, and I thought that would be a great idea for my new apartment, and so I decided I wanted to make that, and it said, "Welcome, friends. Please come inside and see how little quilts decorate every room in the house. A quilter lives here." I guess that's the name of the quilt. Is the greeting as guests arrive. So that's what I thought would be my purpose for it. Kind of just say quilter lives here. And this is the pattern. You can do it with a star or a house. And I chose to do mine with the house. And I did mine a little bit more primitive than that. And this is the finish. So I think that this is 13.5 by 18.5, something like that. I measured it for someone, but I don't remember the exact measurements. And the quilting I did in waves because someone suggested that, and I guess you can see it better here. Someone said that makes it look like a flag, you know, the waves of a flag when it's blowing in the wind. So there you can see it's all machine quilted. And that's how I did it. So they did their house where I think like this piece under the window was a different color altogether, and that didn't make sense to me. So I wanted mine all the same color, and that is that one. So I love this. And right now I'm going to insert a picture. I have it on my door here in the front door, and I just put painter's tape. I rolled it up and stuck it on the back across the top, and that's how I attached it to the door. Because it's temporary. For the other door at the apartment, I'm going to sew some little magnets on the back because that door is metal, and then it'll just attach with the magnets. And I know it's going to fade, especially the red. It'll fade in the sun. It is protected by storm door from the weather, but I know it'll fade. But I'm okay with that. I love it, and I want to show it and display it. So what else can I tell you? I think that's it. Again, we are gearing up for the Christmas retreat. Make sure you watch my last video if you're coming to the Christmas retreat. If you missed that video, definitely go back and watch it because I went over all the details. The only thing I want to add is there's no food provided at the retreat, but if you want to bring something to share, you are more than welcome to do that. There's just not any like set time for potluck or everybody's going to bring something. But if you want to make a potluck, if you want to make a potluck, if you want to make like a crock pot of soup or chili or something and you want to bring it to share, feel free to do that because I'm sure people will love it and eat it. There's just not a formal that everybody's required to bring it. So I'm going to show you a video of the apartment and just a quick little life update. The house is not sold yet, but we have someone coming this afternoon to see it and then another person coming tomorrow afternoon to see it. So we're praying that it goes because I don't really want to move until the house is sold and under contract because for one thing, it shows better with furniture in it. And I know it's washed out by the sun coming through that stained glass window right now. But so I just think a house shows better with furniture. So I don't want to move everything out and then it's just an empty house and they can't really see how things work. So I did downsize all my collage back there and just had left one cross stitch, which is needle worker, and then some on the shelf. And I haven't put anything fall out except a little pumpkin that my friend Kathy made me. But I think today, because this stuff is under my bed, and I think I'm going to swap some of this out and just put a couple fall things out there just so that I can enjoy them until I move. But I'll probably be moving in a few weeks, probably by the end of the month. So I will see you on the next video. Stay tuned for the video of my apartment. It's a blank slate, and you know that I'm going to decorate it once I get moved. And it's going to be a little different than what people would normally do, and I'll talk about that in the video. So I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody. Hey, everybody. Welcome to my new home. I wanted to show you the before. So this will be before I cover these walls with goodness. As you can see, it's a blank slate. I have brand new carpet, and I love this carpet. You don't see all those colors as it like you back off, but so this, of course, is the living room, and there is my most important light. So in case you're wondering what kind of light I use, that is the light, and I absolutely love it. And I can post a link for it down below. I did get it from Amazon. And here is, this one is the utilities, like, well, let's see, there, all the pretty stuff. This here is just a coat closet, which I did not have at the cabin. This feels like a mansion compared to the cabin, and it's only maybe 200 square feet bigger. So this is my temporary bed. It's just a rollaway cot with memory foam on it above the mattress. Excuse me. That was in the cabin when I moved in. The guy that lived there before had only used it for a short while his nephew was staying with him. So let me back up and get the whole room here. So now I'm standing in the bathroom, but this is actually going to be the craft room. It is not going to be my bedroom. So that's my internet stuff. And then I'll try not to get you dizzy. So over here is the bathroom. Here is a closet. Now the closet in the cabin is 2.5 feet wide, I think. So you can see this is much bigger. And I do have plans. Excuse me. I have plans for this. So the clothes, of course, will go on the top. And then on the bottom, I have some of those plastic drawer units that for storage of craft stuff. And that's what's going to go in the bottom. So I'll show you the bathroom. This, I have a curtain that will cover all this because there's no door on it. So I have lived in this complex before, so I still have the curtains that I use for that. I just put it on a tension rod. There's the shower, electrical box. Let me see. In here is where washer and dryer go. And then there's storage above it. So that side would be dryer. This side will be washer. And there is storage up there. And he said that I can also put some shelving across here for more storage. And then that goes into the bedroom. So, I will have my regular primitive shower curtain here. All of this stuff is just temporary, just kind of like camping out, I just like the pillows from my camper, the fans from my camper, and then the chairs that I'm sitting on out here, like that chair is from my camper. And then here is the dining room. Those chairs and that table belonged to my friend Lois. She came over and helped me yesterday unload the car. So again, this is just temporary stuff so I can spend the night here when I come to see my mom or do other things, like today is a girls' lunch. So instead of having to go home last night and drive back, I can sleep here. Probably be moving in a couple weeks. Here is the ugly kitchen. The microwave is from my camper. My regular microwave is white. So this is the part I really don't like. These are the original kitchen cabinets and they just painted them. These are like from the 80s. But you can see, like, they didn't paint the inside. That's kind of what they see. It's like a particle board. And that's what these doors looked like before they painted them. So they're just kind of hiding the flaws and making it last longer, which I guess business-wise is smart. But I don't like to cook, so I'm not in there that much anyway. I have a little magnet that says I only have a kitchen because it came with the house. So that's kind of true for me. I cook very little, and I don't have to look at that kitchen all day, so it doesn't really bother me. So this area right here is going to be where my bed is, and that's the dining room. And it sounds really weird, but I did it before. And it works. I have a twin bed and I set it up there and I put a cabinet. My pie safe goes here if I do everything the same way. But my bed goes along that wall with a nightstand here where those boxes are. And then it kind of looks like a studio apartment. So it ends up being a studio apartment with a craft room. So that is the before. And then after I get everything moved in here in a couple weeks, it'll be a hot mess. But I got to bring my curtains and all that stuff. So that's it. Oh, I did bring a project with me to work on when I stay here. And let me see, I've got it covered up with that paper. So I loaded it, it's going to be on Pattern Keeper, but that's what I'm going to work on. For my spring retreat, the theme is sheep. So I thought I would do that one. And I have a piece of Osnaburg to stitch it on. So I made a copy of the color list and then cut this out because I'll be using Pattern Keeper. And then I don't have to keep pulling the whole pattern out. I'll just have that in front of me. So this is a bag that I made. And I did bring 2 other projects with me last night in case I sat and stitched, but I was too tired. But that one will stay here so I can work on it whenever I'm over here. So that's it, everybody. I will see you on the next video.